What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Hendog, and after the Arizona Diamondbacks played their first home series of 2 against the Tampa Bay Rays and lost it in very frustrating fashion, how did the Arizona Diamondbacks fare up against the Atlanta Braves at home? Well, just about as well as the cold beers and cheeseburgers ceiling held up in their event room or their party room up in left field that flooded and fell over into left field's bleachers and had to clear out a good section of the fans. Yes, if you did not hear or see about that, during one of the games at Arizona Chase Field, or I should say Arizona Diamondbacks Chase Field, if it just tells you how much, renovation needs to be done to that stadium and that ballpark, 'cause it's a great location, it's a great ballpark, it just needs renovations badly. One of the pipes bursted above in the ceiling of the restaurant, and it flooded the whole room. It was coming off, and it literally, like how the restaurant's perched up in left field, the water fell over the edge like a waterfall onto the fans in left field, and it was bad. You don't know what kind of water. Was that sewage water? Is it what kind of water is that? Like, you don't know what it is. But that's just about as well as the series went for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they got blown up. They got axed down, which is the title of this video. I mean, it was bad. Tomahawk chopped down by the Atlanta Braves, and their fans showed up in good numbers as expected. Very popular organization, historic franchise. But man, really, could the Arizona Diamondbacks not show up more than a busted pipe? I mean, shit. The first game of the series, I was at boots on the ground, of course. They get licked up 8-2, that's when the flood happened. Was the first game. Of course, you go into the game, great pitching matchup. Chris Sale, Zach Gallen, you're excited. But except one of the aces showed up. One of the opening day starters showed up. Zach Gallen gives up 4 hits, 4 earned runs. Yes, 6 Ks, great. But the second inning was abysmal. I mean, yes, the Arizona Diamondbacks added another error. It was not great. Yes, I mean, so far this year, the starting pitching is not fully accountable. The defense behind them has been atrocious. Atrocious? Really? Atrocious. Wow. I can't believe I'm struggling to say atrocious. I'm just gonna avoid it. Has been horrendous to start the year. They lead the team in errors, or they lead the league in errors. Eugenio Suarez leads the league in individual errors. And throwing errors, he has 4 throwing errors alone. It's just bad defense behind the starting pitching. So we're getting inconsistent starting pitching, especially from our opening day starter. And then we're getting bad defense. It's just not a good mix. And, I mean, the Atlanta Braves jump out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the second. Jorge Barosa gets one back for us in a single. But really, it's all Braves until the bottom of the 8th, where Gabby finally does something. He gets an RBI double. But really, it was just a really bad game for the Diamondbacks. I mean, Chris Sale threw a gem, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. I mean, we had no answer for him. He was just dealing against us. I wish we had Chris Sale that game, because who knows what would have happened. But we do lose 8-2, hoping for a bounce back, at least at home in game 2. Do we get it? I don't know. The Arizona Diamondbacks score 1 run in 2 innings against the Atlanta Braves 2, so we're down 2-1. We get 1 run back in the 6th, tie it, but then the Braves jump out on us, score 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, and we ultimately lose in extras by a score of 8-7, which is not good, because at that point we've already lost the series. The vibes are down. Eugenio has a 4 home run game. This cannot be understated. Eugenio Suarez has a 4 home run game, and the Arizona Diamondbacks still lose. We still lose. Kelly, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. Looks great. Threw a gem. We literally should be coasting to a win. Eugenio Suarez is having the best game of his life. And Ryan Thompson and Jalen Beeks come in, and they give up 5 earned runs off 4 hits in just 2 innings pitched with 2 walks. And it takes Eugenio's 4th home run to tie the game, to force into extras, just for us to lose 8-7. And like the Cubs blowout where we score 10 runs in a game and we lose, which has only been like the third. I think I said in the videos the second time. It's been like the third or fourth time in history that's done that. But this has been the third time, the second or third time in history where a player has hit four. There's been actually quite a few times I've been surprised where a player has hit 4 home runs in a game and their team's won, because you would expect that because they're getting help, or you would have thought their runs were enough because maybe players were on base when they hit those 4 home runs and it was just a blitz. No, we fucking lost. Pardon my French. I'm sorry, YouTube. But we lost because a player somehow hits 4 home runs and we can't score. We score 7 runs and we lose. Thanks, bullpen. Thanks, guys. I mean, how else? The Diamondbacks are creating new ways to lose, and it's only late April. The season it ends in September. This season ends in September. We lost by 1 game last year to get into the playoffs, and we've already found new ways to lose this year, and we already have like 5 or 6 games that we should have won. 4 or 5 games that we should have won. And we're like, and if we get through the NL East part of our schedule, we get through the Braves, we play the Mets, the Phillies, and the Mets again, and we go into the Dodgers series below 500 or at 500 in the division we're in right now, that's not good. Because also in that, we're playing teams like the Braves and the Phillies, I imagine, will be fighting for a wild card because the Mets will probably be the best team in their division unless one of them shocks us. But it matters that we do good against these teams. If we have good wins, like if we have series wins against the Braves, the Phillies, and the Mets, you know how incredible that would be for our playoff run if we hold the series tiebreaker over the Mets, Phillies, and Braves. That'd make it easier for us to get in the wild card because we wouldn't have to worry about them like we did last year with their bullshit doubleheader. But if we just lost the series to the Braves, I don't know if we played them again. But if we don't, there that fucking goes. So we lose the series to them. We lost the series, or we may lose the series to the Mets. We played them twice, one at home, one away, and we played the Phillies away. So it's just imperative that we at least win the Mets series and we win the Phillies series. Because at least 2 of the 3 series we get. But because when we go into the last game of the 3-game series against the Braves, and of course, guess what happens? The D-backs win. We avoid the sweep, which is great. But I mean, we went into the home series. I did it on my TikTok. If you guys have not checked out my TikTok already, please go in the description of this video, click the link, and follow it. Because I drop pregame videos, post-game reactions, all things Arizona sports, funny videos, highlights, and stuff like that. But I talked about that in the series before we get into this homestand. We have to at least be 4-2, 5-1 in this homestand to look good. We walk out of this homestand 2-4 against the Rays and still a Braves team that's trying to work their way back to full strength. 2 wins in 6 against those 2 teams is embarrassing. It's frustrating. It sucks. New ways to lose, new ways to choke, and it's only late April. And I'm not a Phoenix Suns fan. I love the state of Arizona, so I want the teams to do well because I want to see the state celebrate. I love downtown Phoenix. The vibe is great. So, just going to Phoenix Suns games, especially in the playoffs, it's great atmosphere, great vibes like the Chase Field. So I do want to see the Suns do well. I don't care, but I like to see them do well. And this is starting to feel like the Suns season, from what I've hearing, where all this expectations is built up. We have this roster, and the third biggest odds to go to the NBA Finals. The D-backs have 5th best, like the top 5 odds to make the World Series. Literally multiple people from MLB Network chose them to get to the World Series again, based off their pitching, their offense, and how they could repeat it. Yet we're not meeting expectations. We're playing shitty baseball, terrible offense, inconsistent pitching, and streaky offense. Sounds like this Phoenix Suns. And if expectations are not met and it's a shitty season, guess what? People need to be fired. Someone needs to pay for this failure. You cannot run it back 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row of failure where you were expected to make the playoffs and you fall short because of your own mistakes. Last year, at least at the beginning of the year, Corbin Carroll didn't start well, but we had injuries to Perdomo, Ketel Marte, Gurriel Jr. got injured for a little while, and then Kelly had the blood clot and stuff like that. Gallen was out for a little while. So at least we had injuries on and off that kind of slowed us up at the beginning of the season, but we did shoot us in the foot. That blew us out by a game in the playoffs last year. But this year, yeah, we have injuries to our bullpen, but the Dodgers have it, the Padres have it, the Giants have it. Our offense is fully healthy minus Ketel Marte. I mean, our team, for some reason, showed that they can score 10 runs in any without Ketel Marte. But no, they just find new ways to lose, find new ways to look frustrating and embarrassing. And if they cannot make the playoffs, someone has to pay. Heads will roll. That's what I have to say. But thank you all for tuning into this series recap. It was another frustrating series against the Atlanta Braves. That's how the Arizona Diamondbacks take 2 of 6 at home. Absolutely frustrating and embarrassing. Next video series recap will be away. It'll be another road trip. Our NL West schedule continues. We play the Mets away, and then we play the Phillies away. Yay! I can't wait to see how that turns out. I am so excited. But like I said, thank you all for tuning in this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And please click the link in the description to go to my TikTok and follow over there, as we're close to 200 followers. The communities that we've built here and there on TikTok have been incredible, and it's all because of you guys. So I appreciate all the support. I love y'all. Let's go Diamondbacks, and I'll see y'all for the Mets Diamondbacks series. Peace.